Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel, Deb Chanel's 48th World, where we do reality TV star breaking news. And this is exclusive. We got Kandi Burrus and Mr. Johnny Winston, the third, I believe. Kandi has fired back shots. She is basically going to sue Johnny, I guess, for defamation of character, exposing stuff that shouldn't have been exposed, just lying and this, that, and the third. And she know the young man ain't got no money. She know he ain't got no money, but I guess she feels like she needs to strike back, and her lawyers basically have said, look, if he's suing you, you might well sue him. Now, somewhere in the middle, we'll make up where nobody necessarily have to go to court. You know, he'll concede, you concede, and we'll be bridge under the water. That's my whole take on it. But my personal experience or my personal perspective on the issue is, why Todd up in everything in the Kool-Aid? Why he even got to say anything? I mean, evidently, we all kind of know it has something to do with Phaedra and her hatred for you and Todd, which is kind of ironic because she put you and Todd together. He was working on the set. I don't know why he didn't feel that he can come up and approach you, because you're part of the cast. Well, not the cast, but you're part of the production team, meaning Todd Tucker at the time. And he's seeing Kandi come and go, this, that, and third. And he ain't got no player skills to go up to the woman and say, hey, can I talk to you? Can I get your phone number? You know that, hey, how you doing? My name is Todd Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Like Charlie Wilson put out. Why he didn't go throw that flavor? So I think Phaedra's kind of salting that the person that she thought was going to be her ride or die chick, you know, is happier than she is now. And she was pretty much a catalyst of putting them together. And now she's in a failed relationship, failed marriage. The divorce hopefully will go through because neither one of them need to be married to each other, meaning Phaedra and Apollo. And everything just feels like it's gloom and doom. And she's looking at Kandi, and Kandi got it all going on. You know, got a nice looking husband. He's supposed to be professional, and what I don't know, because it seems like she's just making projects up for him to say he's doing something or coming into some money of his own. But it seems to me it's just like, you know, she's carrying him as well, as most women do these days. But I mean, if you're the breadwinner, if the man is not the breadwinner and his wife is, then you know you pretty much ought to fall back and do, you know, what you can to support the union. You know, it doesn't matter. The money's still going in the same household. No jealousy should be actually partaked of because things are getting handled. So I just think Phaedra is in a bad place in her life, and she just wants to just strike out, thinking it's going to make her happy to see somebody else unhappy. But it just is what it is. But y'all, I got this topic from realityt.com. It says Kandi Burrus sues her former employee for defamation after he claims she didn't pay him. All right. It goes on to say, even though Kandi Burrus has been on Real Housewives of Atlanta for a long time, she has never had a season as tough as this one. From the demise of her friendship with Phaedra Parks, hallelujah, to Portia Williams accusing her of attempted drugging and rape, to getting sued by a former employee, it would be an understatement to say that this was a rough one for Kandi. But my sidebar, when you're on television and it's reality based, which we already know reality TV is not, it's somewhat scripted. But she knew what she was getting into. She was opening up her life, and all there is to Kandi Burrus when she's filming. So, I mean, you know that, but you still have been on the show for 9 seasons, so you must like it. If not, you would have been like Deshaun Snow and got off right when the season ended and did not want to be returning. You know, so that's a boss in my way. She got, you can't come into my life like that. And, you know, she just didn't want to be exposed in her life where everybody's always in her business, even when filming has stopped. But anyway, it goes on to say, well, now Kandi is firing back at her ex-employee Johnny Winston after he sued her for allegedly not paying overtime wages and appeared on camera with Candace's nemesis Phaedra to discuss the case. Candace not messing around and is hitting him hard with a defamation lawsuit. But my sidebar is to that. Well, most lawyers, they're not going to take your case unless they feel they can win. So it must be some fire around there. Because where they say where there's smoke, there is fire. There may be a little fire going on, but it need to be put to rest or put out. So that's just my sidebar. Lawyers don't get into anything that they have to waste their quality time investigating if they didn't really feel that yes, we got Candy on this, that, and the third. So do I believe Candy gonna pay out some money? Yes. Do I believe it's gonna be what Johnny wants? No. But they both need to go their separate ways and stop harassing one another after this point. Even though, yes, Phaedra stuck her nose into something and she wants to see Candy in a bad situation financially, relationship wise, anything. She's just an evil woman at this time. And I think it's because she don't really have nobody to love, and her picture perfect marriage has been definitely what do you call it, castrated in a way. So, and she's just looking bad. She don't have a storyline, and now they're saying, which we'll know sooner rather than later, is she coming back as one of the housewives? I personally don't think so, because B. Scott, she wouldn't put anything out on her website or her blogs to say something different. And it's been other blogs been talking the same noise that yeah, Phaedra's not coming back. She's too fraudulent, and she's a huge liar. So it just is what it is. But moving on, that was my sidebar again. Sorry. It says Radar Online obtained court documents that confirm Candace not going to let this thirsty former employee walk all over her. The document accuses the man of intentionally maligning defendant's reputation and harm their reputation and public persona through false and malicious accusations. Candy believes that he purposely filed a lawsuit against her to coincide with filming the last Real Housewives of Atlanta season, especially since he has zero complaints against Candy for months until filming began. That seems super suspect to me. The documents read Mr. Wilson's statements were not only slanderous, defamatory, and calculated to injure defendant's public persona and professional brand, but were also in breach of the confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement signed by Mr. Wilson. Candace not fucking around. That's not all, though. Candy claims that she suffered and are suffering damages, including humiliation, ridicule, hatred, contempt, injury, or impaired to their reputation and or standing in the community, and or embarrassment, which damages will continue to be suffered now and in the future. Well, it definitely wasn't the best look for her, but Johnny definitely looked super desperate, and Phaedra looked extremely shady helping him. But then claiming to be involved with the case, but in claiming not to be involved with the case, that's what Phaedra was talking about. She can't talk about it. But yet she's in her confessionals and other scenes talking about it. She just ain't talking about it with Candy, okay? That's not lawyer practice 101. That's just foolishness and fuckery. Then we have, it says, so Candy actually didn't come off the worst in this situation. I get why Candy would be furious about this, but this guy complaining that he has no money. Can he even afford to pay Candy damages? Hell no. That was my sidebar, not in this commentary. I have a feeling that they will end up settling and this mess will never make it to a courtroom, but I guess we will see what happens. And that was from one of the staff writers at realitytv.com. But my whole thing is, Candy, please, everybody says things about everybody. Is it gonna hurt your sex brand? Hell no. If it's anything gonna hurt, it's the products. It's not that, because you're on a ratchet ass TV show. They see you cussing and not in your best light. And then you're hanging around these women that use profanity like it ain't nobody's business. And they do crazy stuff. And they're all about partying, drinking and stuff. So I'm like, if you look at, I mean, you don't drink, but you socialize with a lot of people that have these things going on. Then you're talking about you have slept with women before, and you're supposed to be a married woman. So that's going to look good. I mean, that's not going to look good in, people that are like very staunch, what do you call it? suburban type people that believe in, I guess, white wing religious sector, or just people that don't believe in swingers or having an open marriage. I mean, you're not giving us that wholesome thing. You're saying, okay, just as long as it make you happy, do what you will, like a new world order type thing. And it's not that. You cannot have I wish my mom would have told me, she had an open marriage. I'd probably puking all over this house, just to think of my dad and her and somebody else in the mix and, somebody else after that if they get tired. I mean, you saying you sleep with women, you bring women into the bedroom, but do Todd like you to bring men into the bedroom. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Not just women all the time. Y'all really that swinging where y'all just mix up and she have sex with another man while you having sex with another woman, just long as y'all good with the people. That's a hot mess. And then Riley had to sit here and hear this shit and see this shit on TV. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. But you gonna say you suing somebody for defamation of character making you look bad when you already looking bad. You already looking bad. You're saying you do all this sexual stuff and you got this sexual line and I'm like, girl, you like a madam. It's pretty much what you is. And Todd is sitting all the way around it and he loving it. I'm like, where's the wholesome? Where is anything wholesome with you and your family? I just don't get it. And then you got your aunts involved and your mama's like, okay, we just want the coin. So I don't know. Is it a fair thing? I mean, yes, it's been taught that Candy hadn't been paying her contractors right. And it passed on some things. I think it was with the house or renovations with the house or something that were going on in the past. And they were saying she wasn't, it was in the blog, so it's on the streets that she wasn't paying them their money. So it's like, okay, why are we still hearing stories about this, that, and the third? So, I mean, if you gonna let your own husband go and spend over budget 100,000, he just looking like it ain't that. Like you just said, oh, it was just $100 over, or it was just $10 over. No, this joker said it was 100 grand, and I'm looking like what? So I'm like, you're not really getting anything but a coke and a smile from Mr. Johnny Wilson because he ain't got no money. He has no money. So, I mean, to me, it makes you look a little crazy that you would even waste your time and the fees that you're going to have to pay. Instead of you just getting somebody to represent you, say, okay, just fight them in court. If we can just make this go away, let's just make it go away. And then it's, put one of them clauses in there where nobody talks about it. You don't go out there and say, I conceded because, yes, I didn't do it. And, can't stop talking her mess about him. And just let it roll. And in the future, treat your employees that happen to be your buddies, your best friends, this, that, and the third. Treat them like business people. When you're off and you're off the clock, then y'all cool. But when you're on the clock doing business for me, then, you're going to work your time and I'm going to make sure, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed because I don't trust you when it comes to business related stuff. That's why I don't understand why people have businesses where they have to include a lot of their family members. It's not like, what me and my daughter trying to do. She had her own line. I had my own line and then we merged the two in some way, because I mean, just like I'm thinking about Candy about the OLG game restaurant. I mean, Todd is just so into that. And I could see it just being a ball of fire later on down the road because they're not going to like Todd having so much control of an idea that they're using and they're using your family's likes and pictures and photos and commercialism and he's going to get paid all the money. Pretty much because it seems like you're saying it's his restaurant or it's our restaurant, but it seems like he's making the decisions from your last episode or a few episodes in the past that he was making different changes in the restaurant without telling you. So it seems like unless y'all got that locked down, stock and barrel that y'all are both parties on this deed or whatever on the restaurant, this man is going to be a hot mess. And I'm talking about Todd Tucker. Todd Tucker may be your downfall. But, you need to keep watching your back when it comes to him. Because if you're funneling money, it's just like, okay, when are you going to go do something on your own? Maybe I could contribute to it. But when are you gonna do something on your own business that says Todd Tucker Enterprises or whatever? Because I don't see him doing anything but, taking an idea and, incorporating it. But then you mess. It should have just been you and Candace's restaurant and having your aunts in there and their recipes, whatever. Cut them out some thing, but you want them in there. You want them, socializing with people. And that's their time that they could be enjoying their retirement if any of them are retired. So I see that gonna be a hot mess. And Miss Bertha, she gonna be on Todd's ass like it ain't nobody business. They ain't gonna worry about Miss Joyce. You gonna have Bertha on that ass. But that was my commentary, y'all, about basically Kandi Burruss trying to sue her former employee. I mean, it's just a hot mess. I hope they get it together. They don't take it to court. She see what she was wrong. He see what he was wrong towards, outing her out like that. But it just is what it is. It's a world now where people want money. They'll do any and everything. Even the people in your family will stab your ass in the back if given the chance. So you always gotta watch your coin. You always gotta watch your attitudes and who friendships you're forming, whether it's a business with family, whether it's a business with friends. Because when it all comes down to it, if it ain't written down on a piece of paper saying who's involved, who idea it was, this, that, and the third, then somebody gonna get screwed. And I know just being in the black culture, black people just don't take it well when they don't got screwed. Okay? They be thinking of ways of how they can get you back. So I don't know how the culture get down when somebody's done something like this magnitude. I can only speak for my race, my culture. So I wish Kandi well. I wish Mr. Johnny well, and hopefully they can come to some type of resolution where we don't really necessarily have. No, I don't necessarily have to know about it. It can be like closed door, but it was just settled. Then it was amicable because it could be bad on both sides. But for her to be saying, her money suffering and this, that, and the third. They just implied. They didn't really say that they know and you did do this, Kandi. They just implied. People imply shit all the time. Okay? But it just is what it is. If you want to go out there and pay your lawyers an astronomical amount of money for something that can definitely be settled by a mediator in court, you handle your own court case with it and you have a mediator and y'all settle it. But if you want to not go that way and you want to spend your coin because you just don't want to pay no attention to how your money rolling out, then that's you, girl. But I would have been researching that shit. But anyway, all is well. Y'all be blessed and I will talk to you on the next reality TV Starr breaking news exclusive. Okay? Peace and blessings, y'all. Bye-bye.